Hello, I'm Abha Anindita and this is an exclusive episode of Odisha Links. It is the 29th of July and as we all know, it is celebrated as the International Tigers Day around the world. The population of the mighty cat was on a decrease since the 20th century. But now I think we can hope for some good news. Since yesterday, Prakash Javadekar, the environmental minister, released a report that said the tiger population is on the rise in India. India now accounts for 70% of the global tiger population. And that's a pretty good number. In 1973, Project Tiger started, and the sole aim of the project was to protect tigers around the world. Since its formative years, there were only 9 tiger reserves around the country, but now there are almost 50. Like the popular saying, where tigers thrive, it is a sign that the ecosystem is healthy. But what might be the reason that we actually have to come to this point that we have to protect the tigers from being extinct? Poaching, habitat loss, illegal trade, and a conflict between the human and wildlife. These might be the plausible reasons, but what actually is the solution? Shockingly, when the tiger population is flourishing in the entire country, Odisha has seen a rapid decline. This might be a good news, but this year the tiger population has neither increased nor decreased. For this very reason, the tiger relocation project was introduced, which seems a failure now. What might be the reasons behind the state not being able to increase the mighty cat's population? Therefore, to talk more about this, we have with us Aditya Panda, who is a wildlife conservationist and has been extensively working in this field. Hello sir, welcome to Odisha Links.
Hi.
Sir, the tiger census that was released by Prakash Javadekar yesterday said that in India, that 70% of the global tiger population is present in India. But in Odisha, it has been in a rapid decrease. It has been decreasing and there's no good sign for the tigers. What might be the reason behind this?
Odisha has been neglecting tiger conservation for about the past 20 years. Until the last All India Tiger Estimation exercise, we had been, as a state, we had been remaining in denial. Every time over the past at least 15 years or so, that new method, the All India Tiger Estimation exercise has been implemented. Every time the results would come out, our state government and our state forest department would go into denial. They would refuse to accept that there was a problem. They would say that no, the methodology is wrong, the National Tiger Conservation Authority is wrong, Odisha tigers are doing fine and everything is hunky-dory. So obviously that was not going to sustain for long, and now we are seeing the results of that. According to the figures, and these are all statistics. So according to the figures, the tiger number hasn't gone down since the last census, since the last estimation exercise. It was 28 the last time, and it's still 28 now.
Right.
At the same time, we have seen tiger decline across various parts of Odisha. We have seen Satkosia go down to having just one last tiger remaining. So yes, while in the rest of the country tigers are doing extremely well and growing at about 6% a year, in Odisha they're either not growing or declining, which is very sad commentary on the functioning of our state's forest department over the past few years. Fortunately, we have started seeing improvements of late. One can only hope that these improvements sustain, and political will play a very big role in sustaining this sort of improvement.
Right, sir, right. Sir, also the tiger relocation project that happened, that we bought in tigers from Madhya Pradesh, the 2 tigers. But we had to see the death of one tiger, and possibly they are trying to relocate or send back Sundari.
Right.
What might be the reason for the mighty cat? Why are we not a suitable habitat anymore?
No, Satkosia is an excellent habitat. There's nothing wrong with the habitat. It's a fantastic tiger habitat.
There other
What
like
has
a
been
lot
missing-
of sorry sir, sorry for interrupting, but a lot of activists have alleged that it looks like that Satakosia is not a suitable habitat for the mighty cat anymore because the local communities are not able to live
Coming
peacefully.
to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Satkosia is an excellent habitat. The quality of habitat is fantastic.
right,
What has been missing is good management and good protection. And good management involves involving local people in conservation
right,
and making sure that villages that are present inside the tiger reserve are incentivized to relocate outside. The problem with Satkosia is that there are about 136 villages inside the reserve. And that makes it very difficult for people to live, without conflict with wildlife in the reserve. And unfortunately, the park management at Satkosia over the past few years, since 2007-8, which is when it was notified a tiger reserve, they have not been able to take local people along and provide them livelihoods from wildlife conservation, like through tourism, proper wildlife tourism. And village relocation has also not been taken up with the zeal that it should have been. And it was only recently that after many years of petitioning for relocation, one village was relocated from the core area of the park and the tiger reintroduction exercise was experimented with. Unfortunately, it did not go right. But in my recent interactions, in fact, last week with the park management, the current park management, these are not the same officers who were there during the tiger reintroduction exercise. I'm extremely happy to note that both protection and management measures are being taken up really, really well, and that prey base has revived quite well in Satkosia. And hopefully the park management will be able to work with the local people, win their trust, earn them a new livelihood, new employment from wildlife tourism, and help them voluntarily relocate from the park. If all these things are done over the next few years, tiger reintroduction will certainly succeed in Satkosia.
right, sir. I was going to come to the last question. My last question was supposed to be that even if our numbers are not increasing, but there are hardly 28 tigers in the state. Are they safe?
Yes, see, the thing is that unless immediate corrective measures are taken, the remaining tigers in Odisha are also not safe.
Right.
I know for a fact that excellent measures have been taken in Simlipal, especially in southern Simlipal in the core area where the maximum number of tigers in the state remain today. But unfortunately, we have wasted our time for too long and allowed our tiger population in the state to drop too low. So low that it might not be able to sustain itself without artificial supplementation of tigers from other parts of central India.
Right.
And unless Satkosia and Simlipal and the other protected areas in the state receive the best management and the best protection over the next 10, 15, 20 years, it is very, very difficult to save tigers in the state. So we need excellent management. We need to make sure that the best of the best are posted as DFOs and field directors in these reserves in the upcoming future to ensure the best management and protection. And we need more protected areas in the state like Debrigarh, like Khalasuni Badrama, like Potgad and Kallapat to be brought into the Project Tiger fold. Another thing that's been pending for too long is the notification of Sonabeda Tiger Reserve in Western Odisha. Sonabeda has been cleared for inclusion under Project Tiger since 2008, but the state government still has not issued final notification. So we need to do these things on, extremely high priority. And once this is done, with supplementation, tiger conservation will surely succeed in Odisha.
Right, sir. Right. Thank you, sir, for joining us at Odisha Links.
You're welcome.
Like we already heard, Odisha has to put some really good efforts if it wants its tiger population to flourish.